Tourism is a key economic driver in Ghana, which generates foreign exchange earnings, creates jobs and wealth. And although Ghana is one of the preferred destinations for tourists, the sector faces several challenges, one of them being poor road networks to many tourist sites and hospitality facilities. In this report, City News' Akwasi Agyei takes a look at how a deplorable road from Busua Junction to the Butre community in the Ahanta West district of the Western region is scaring away tourists from visiting one of Ghana's unique forts.
This is the beautiful area view of Butre community here in the Ahanta West district of the Western region, a tourism community. And it is a tourism community because of this very fort that was built in 1640 called Fort Batastan. Unfortunately for this tourism attraction, the bad state of the road to this particular community has been denying people who want to actually come and visit this particular fort. But I have the assemblyman who wants to tell me what has been the challenge for people to actually come to this very fort to visit the community. What can you tell me about this fort and the level of patronage when it comes to tourists?
Yo, me pede, nkrofo wo yin dey. Was nkrofo ba, ukrom ha pa ma wo ban srahwe. Nkan kare titiro ye abrofo. Na oname yana kala kwan. Nti sesi o ma ahoho pede wo ba nsrahwe wo ukrom ha no. Oyezan. De ubotum na wa ba. Nti o ma sesi ano yahwer nsrahwe fo no, tourism fo no. Tourist fo no, yaze yahwer won kura. Nti ye wenyi sum dai damra ma eyi oya de dada wo twen nkofo ba ukurom ha no se aban na nyi bado na sa oboa na wa ya aban no ye na wa ya hian kwan no ye ya obotum aboa na oge sika oza bla butro mani na nkofo wo ma awon so wenye bibia ye na oma na afa ne tempe fra.
In a recent documentary on best places to travel to in 2019, Ghana was ranked fourth. The list collated by CNN Travel described Ghana as the West African nation of economic success and political stability. The World Travel and Tourism Council, in a report in 2017, highlighted the impact of the sector on Ghana's gross domestic product and on job creation. The report also said the sector accounts for 10.4% of global GDP and 330 million jobs, but the corresponding investment in the sector has been quite low as compared to the resources the country is blessed with in the tourism sector. The Butre situation is just one of the many examples dotted across the country. So this is the bad state of the access road to Butre, which is a very serious tourism destination. But the road is so bad that this has become a disincentive for tourism.
Due to the road, if any visitor or any tourist want to come here, because of the road, you couldn't come here. And at the same time, we have some hill here. When it rains, it's very difficult for them to climb the hill. So that if they come with the small cars, even the 4x4 car, they can't climb the hill. And the route too has spoiled. Because of that, we couldn't get any visitor here. And so that, because of all these things, there is no tourism here.
The poor state of the road to this community has not only affected tourism, but has also become a headache for both commuters and motorists. Some of the angry residents have threatened not to vote in the next election if things do not change.
To get a car is very hard because the road is no good. To come here, everybody don't want to come. The drivers don't want to come here because the here spoil. So they must try to come and do something for us. We make sure that this year we can't make the election for the president. We can't vote this year because the road is no good.
Sir, in super demand, you to me send me Safunu gu or Quanancho. Near the kind of fence to Adam Bogu and Taros. Nina say, into watch about 3 days or there, Yoko shop near Kaya de Mekan Wedgma, into your simping from the one to only on show crow of Butre, near Bre.
Agnes Kobner, a farmer, tells City News her farm produce always get rotten as buyers hardly come to the area due to poor nature of the road. Though the Ahanta West Municipal Assembly acknowledges Butre's tourism potentials, it does not seem to have any immediate plans for the road.
Butre has always been mentioned in our various reports as a hotbed for tourism. So I want to believe that as we speak and as we move forward in our development plans, we'll find the highlights of those things and then pick them up. I mean, in this case, we need people to partner us from the region all the way to national level. We need to make sure that the potential of tourism within that enclave will be captured. It's not as if we don't work on the roads. We work on the roads, but as it happens, this year we've experienced an unusual rainfall pattern, and that is what has affected the roads. We are grappling on a daily basis as to how to get these things fixed. But at the same time, you have to time it in such a way that you fix it and it will last for a period of time before the next rain affects it. So we are just waiting till the end of this current season, and then we go back there and fix it up.
Although the Tourism Development Authority has been generating some revenue from the tourism levy to boost the sector, it appears their plan for Butare has no timelines.
Now we have current information of Butare from 4 weeks ago, and we have documentary on it, so we know. And I'm tabling it for one of activities in November. Last month or last 2 months ago, I was in Spain. We are having a sister relationship with a whole agency in Las Palmas in terms of Gran Canaria. So one of the areas especially is Butare. The access road and then the Fort Metal Cross, and those ones are the things we are trying to assess, because you need to have a specific issue in mind when you are talking.
The sight and sounds from looking at this lagoon from the top of the Fort Batastan here in Butare is a beautiful sight for tourists to actually come here to view or experience. But until the access road to this particular community is actually fixed, this will be a denial to tourists who actually visit Ghana. For City News, I'm Akwasi, Annim, Butare here in the Ahanta West District of the Western Region.